own home. Uh, as we know that we are all going through the COVID-19 crisis, but till this is the good sign that we are connected online and without any break, sharing our knowledge. First of all, I'd like to thanks very much to pharmacy, for giving me chance to interact with you all. Especially, I would like to thank Dr. Uswal sir, principal of the college, and as well as coordinator, Ms. Mugdha Nandedkar ma'am. They have put up a very good idea for and she was asking me that what type of knowledge I can share with the students, particularly being an employment that. But later came to know that already Dr. Mundada has taken that topic. So this is a special topic I suggested to Mugdha, particularly for those students but right now I can see the various teachers are also there. That is good sign. They can also definitely pass out this knowledge to their students and we help in their future. Let's come to the point that the opted topic title is basically particularly purpose for those students, okay, those wanting to make their career as an employee, okay, in future. But even though if suppose some students are still there, they wanted to start their own business, they wanted to become an entrepreneur or like that, because what type of expectations can be seen in the employee get this. So let's start with this idea. Is it audible? Mugdha, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, shall I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can get the idea. If anything problem is there, you can sign me. So particularly, let us do this topic as a it nothing but nowadays what happens is doing the pharmacy, particularly degree pharmacy. It's a 4 years course, and we are just concentrating on the knowledge type of purpose. But industry expects that your students must have and along with that they should have developed attitude, what we can say. So generally it is said that three things are very much important in student life. So they definitely go through the knowledge process, but simultaneously they must develop with the skills as well as the attitude. So what I'm calling it as a AKS, AKS, okay? What we are calling in Urdu that wo AKS hona chahiye. So that is A for attitude, K for knowledge, and S for skill. Particularly nowadays in India, so many colleges are going through the accreditation process, and due to that, they are taking a lot of efforts where they can build up some different type of skills in the students. So many syllabus are designed according to that. Some soft skill developments are there. But even though a student has to focus on the attitude also. So knowledge, in the case of knowledge, definitely colleges are taking so much many more efforts, and degree pharmacy students are they're hard worker. Definitely they have a lot of knowledge, but they do not have the skill along with that, and how to use that knowledge as well as skill. That type of attitude, if suppose doesn't get in their future, so they get frustrated very easily in the upcoming future. So that's why it is very much important that what is the life they are going to the campus. Definitely, it is not same in the corporate level. Okay, So corporate, it's not only a mega something multinational industry I'm talking about. Okay, it's an organization. The simple word, it's an organization. So the objective behind this is nothing but to let the get idea that what you should develop and how to utilize that knowledge and skill, so for your better future. So as we know that in campus life, the students are very much uh, uh, cool type of attitude nowadays are there. So they are having lots of friends, enjoyment, uh, laid back type of attitude they develop, picnic, parties, and all these type of funs, masti are there in campus life. But when you go in the corporate level, you must be, there's terminology like a job responsibility, meetings, deadlines, projects, okay, team members, bosses, managers, and all these are suddenly they get in dilemma that what type of situation is there. And so many scholar students get frustrated. But if you develop your this space very precautiously, definitely it would be helpful to the every organization. Okay, so let's start with the topic. Before that, I'd like to ask which is the biggest organization. I know this is not the interactive session. All are what you can say their voice is what you can say muted. But if you say if anybody asks you this organization, our human body, okay, we have all the organs. They know their responsibilities. They know their every work, and according to that, they are working and they are making so many efforts to keep us healthy. Okay, so it is one of the biggest organization. What we can say, uh, organ come from that organization, come from that only because it's a teamwork. Everybody should know their responsibility, and according to that, they should have act. Okay, suppose if we say about the example of organization, definitely it requires the human resources. So I'd like to show you one video. So through that, what type of mentality or what type of peoples are there in the organization, and is it affects to the persons that we will see. Once again, I'll share you one video. Hello. Hello. Video this. Video this. ठीक है. I think most of all you must be seen this video without any connection problem. So well, let me explain. You just have seen the illustration of one of the organization, okay, or a company. So where lots of people or team members are working for the welfare of that company or organization. But what type of special characteristics are there, or what type of different people's attitude are there? So first is that the person who is effortlessly was taking care of that task is that the person is called the performer. Okay. That type of person knows where to go, what to do, and definitely he's really what you can say a guy like with full enthusiasm. And such type of persons helps organization tremendously. Later you have seen the second person who was what type of category called as highly effective doer. Persons are immensely willingness, they have willingness to work, and they learn, they cooperate, and they improve. Even though with the correct guidance they can become the performer in the future. Third one was the less effective type of doer. Okay, these are the persons which are somewhat willing to help, but even though their contribution doesn't matter. Okay, many more times such type of persons are there. What we can say, I'm not saying age is the matter, but even though many more times in our organization some aged personalities are there, so such type of personnel might be have willing to work, but even though their efforts are less, so such type of persons can be categorized in the third type, that is less effective to work. And the fourth one, what you have seen, that is the PTS, what we are calling it as a potential trouble source. Okay, these what you have said, they have both type of characters, both type of nature. They are helping as well as destroying. So their interest makes work harder and less predictable to the others. So such type of persons are what we are calling it as PTS. And the fifth persons, what we are specially seen, that is the called SP. SP is nothing but the suppressive person. These are the very highly dangerous for the any organization, because they are actively trying to destroy the operation. And what you can say, but they have the what you can say the social, very nice social mass. So that type of persons threaten what you can say for any organization. So these are the different types of people. If suppose are working for that organization, that is called something struggle and company organization. So you will find that their efforts or their targets or whatever the achievements are compared to the other company. At the same time, you have seen the other company that is called winning company. So they are working very fast. Why? Because they have a lot of performer, because they have lots of highly effective doer, and it makes a difference. So if suppose organization think positively and correct the what the defects are in their organization, definitely they can be converted from struggle and company to the no struggle and company, no more struggle and company. This is one of the video I just shown you. But many more times organization expects that whatever the different traits are there, you should build a new student at the college level. So for that purpose, to show you some of the particular characteristics that must be seen by students, particularly in the first the way of conduct. So the first characteristic we are saying corporate expects from the employees that their conduct, how they behave. Particularly for this, I think everybody should know that different etiquettes, different manners. So particularly nowadays, etiquettes, it's not limited to the particularly one word. Okay, it may be telephonic etiquette, it may be meeting etiquettes, it may be email etiquettes. so many type of etiquettes are there, how to behave, how to follow the protocols. So that type of should plus what we can call as a trust, attire, and 6H model. What is that 6H model? So generally it is said that H for humbleness, humility. It is one of the best the characteristics organization expect from employee. H for honesty. What we are saying, it's best. Same hard work. H for hard work. H for human values. H for hunger. Hunger for doing new innovative for that organization. And H for
Hello?
yes. So I was talking about the conduct. Yes.
No,
So
no,
I
sir,
was
continue.
talking about the conduct. Yeah, what type of behavior, what type of conduct should be shown by the employee in that organization. So I was talking about the 6H. H for humility, values and honesty, hard work, healthy, hunger. The some characteristics employee must have. Apart from that, if we say about the, I'm not saying that particularly suppose such type of dress sense should be there. Many more times it is. Ugda, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you continue.
Yeah. Yes. So I was attire. Okay. Attire or what type of dress sense should be there in organization. That is also a very useful. Okay. It is just said many more times that simple living and high thinking, but it's good on paper. Okay. But you must have a dress for success. Okay. That type of what dress and if related to your job, definitely it affects that organization as well as your task. So I'm not saying what type of, definitely you just have dress sensing. That way maybe a different lecture, okay? But right now, I must say the word only have or dress success like that type of you should wear in that organization. To more focus on the ethics, people uh, 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 are expected to be ethical. Okay, so generally, what do you mean by ethics? Before that, I'd like to say there is nothing is right or nothing is wrong in the life. Okay, but can you differentiate that right and wrong? Definitely, that's ethics. So particularly if you are ethical, definitely such type of employee is a good performer and star performer for that organization. So particularly in our Indian mythological culture and what you can say it is already said that if you want to be ethical, then you must have some the precept related to of social being or precepts of individuals. And if you follow that precepts, definitely it works. And to share you simple precepts of individual, it's nothing but what you can say the cleanliness. It's not only the external cleanliness, the internal cleanliness also. Okay, you should control your anger at the organization. You should definitely do not have the egoism. That is also important. So cleanliness apart from that, what you can say, the contentment, okay, what you can say, the satisfaction, that is also one of the good characteristics you can have. uh, Apart from that, austerity, you must be, what you can say, doing the tapasya for that particular work, and definitely you fruits. Self study, it is one of the best good observation, it is expected. So generally the what the yam and niyam. So niyam, what you can call the tapasya and swadhyay, and one more is that, that is surrender to the self, to the, what it means that you must be ethical precepts within yourself. That is very much important. It will handle your intelligence also. Another thing, precepts in the social, what you can say, it is that is called defense. What you can say, that is nothing but the non-violence. It's not related to only to killing the animals. Okay? Should be environmental, eco-friendly. You should use such type of what we are labor work. What you can say, that is also self-retreats and like that. But such type of things should be there in organization within yourself. Second is truthfulness. Okay? That is this policy. Asteya. What is not mine definitely personality there related to responsibility. Okay, I'm talking about that. It is also related. That's why many committees are there. We have to maintain that women sexual harassment kind of thing. So if you have such type of responsibility, definitely you can contribute good for that organization. And one more there, that is a complete abstinence from it. Okay, what we are calling it as a these are the different yam and niyam. If somebody of that, that is also good thing. Okay, might be something with this, but definitely it works. That is the thing about conduct. If you have such type of conduct, definitely it works. One of the major point is that many more corporations or many more organizations are expecting, if you are a less performer, it's okay, but you must be a trustworthy person. So generally it is said that, what you can say, you can see that the next slide, trust versus performance. If it is categorized into different, you will find a high performer. If it is a low trust, definitely it's not good for that organization. Instead of that, that organization may take the person definitely the with high performer and a high trust, although they will the person with a medium performance and high trust. So trust is the major one of the traits expected from the employee. And the same thing I just shown you in the video. If you seen that the performer was literally, so that is the comparison. What you can say. So this is about the conduct. Uh, I'd like to say you some more of the ethics. So, what is the major role of the pharmacist or physician for our organization? If suppose somebody is asked you, so the ethical answer is given by William Oscar. Okay, in 18th century, one of the first duties of the physician or even the pharmacist is to get the masses medicines. So this is the one of the major role we should have, and this is ethical because we know what are the side effects of medicine. So we should educate that question is better than cure. So the same thing what we are doing. We are now all are we are all in the houses, in the homes. COVID-19 crisis. We are just taking the precautions because we know very well that what is the medicines and what type of treatments are there. So this is one of the duty of ethical. If you say you must have different characteristics that would of other motives like that. You know, to do good anyway for the people. Okay, I'll just seen you some screen over there. So there are some different things are there. I'd like to read some of that. Honesty, frankness will make you vulnerable, even though be honest and frank anyway. If you say people favor underdogs but follow top dogs, even though fight for the underdog anyway. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight, even though built anyway. People really need help, but may attack you if you do help, even though help people anyway. Give the world the best you got, and you may get kicked in the teeth, even though I would say give the world the best you have anyway. These are the ethical characteristics, what I'm telling you. And if suppose such type of personality are there, that is always welcome in an organization. So that is the about the conduct. Let's move to the one that is related to some personality traits of disengaged employee. Okay, disengaged. I'm using the word, not using the bad employees. Okay, there is no bad word for the employees. You can say that they may be disengaged. Okay, so some are always complaining. Okay, such type of disengaged personnels are working in the organization. They're always complaining. Okay, so what we are saying, they're not good enough for nothing is good enough for them. They're always complaining. They make excuses. Okay, they may lack enthusiasm. Okay, they are not, say they are always having least excited in any task. They doesn't help others. They may be gossiping. They may be liar. They may be have the approach like know it all. I know everything. Like that approach may be there. They may be independent. Okay, it's good thing that if you are independent in a teamwork, but teamwork, the word team itself defines that you should work within the team, and that is dependence are required. Okay, cooperation. But the personal, the employees which are disengaged, I'm telling about some of the traits. So they are irresponsible. Okay, so generally they are not such type of deadlines, and they are say late for every work and break their promises even. No initiative, they are taking initiation in any type of task. No questions. It is said that if you have query, problems means problems comes when you have something in your mind related to that task. But suppose you are not asking any question, it means that you are not thinking deeply about that issue. No growth. This type of people doesn't want the growth. This type of people also. These are the small personality traits I'm sharing. So I'll repeat it. They're always complaining, making excuse, doesn't help others, independent, irresponsible, no initiative, no, and should have what type of what you can say traits are expected from the employees. So I'd like to share you the some attributes of great employees. So generally, it is expected that the employee should be ambitious, employee should be autonomous, employee should be humble, employee should be confident, employee should be reliable, employee should be creative, employee should be positive, employee should be eager, and main thing that employee should nurture company culture. So that is expected from the place. That is talking that is the corporate journey, and these type of admirable attributes are expected by the employee. So, thing I'm showing you. First, I told you the conduct. Second one, what we say, talking about the observe. Okay. Can you see the picture, Mugda?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, I
good.
can see the picture.
It is it is about iceberg. So generally, we are seeing only the tip of the iceberg, and that is what we can call as the success. But behind that success, so many efforts are there. Nobody sees that, or nobody, what you can say, acknowledge that. I think all of you student definitely will have to go through this, what really happens in your future, and then you will get the success. So you may be disappointed, there may be hardworking, there may be huge risk, there may be late night struggles, competitions, discipline, courage, doubts, criticism, personal failures, adversity, rejection, sacrifices, or such type of, even what you can say, the negative characteristics may be there in your organizational life. But when you will go through this, definitely you will achieve the success in your life. Definitely you will have the that tip of that iceberg. So how it is possible? It is not like that a one day phenomena. Okay, it takes a lot of time. Sometimes it maybe depends upon, if suppose you have developed your skill within that campus level, within that college level, and you have developed a positive attitude, definitely will not take so much time. But if you are avoiding such type of hits, then it will have to take time. So what is the solution for that? So once you join the organization, you should be always having a learning behavior. Okay. Now the students will say that, sir, just finish the college, the same was their learning, and once again now we have to learn. Yes, it is the uh, continuous process. I still can give you one of the example of Aristotle. Okay, so he has been sentenced death by the king, and he asked the last wish to. So that time he said that I learn flute. Okay? So this is the continuous process. Even the last moment also you can learn something new. So learn basic thing. One of the famous American author is there, that is called Zig Ziglar, and he said that if you are not willing to learn, no one will help you. And if you are determined to learn, no. So definitely learning is a basic thing, but in maybe academic, maybe what you can say, uh, Tata Consultancy Services, like organization, you must be having the learning approach very much. Second thing, willingness. It's very much important. Okay, so it is said that the amount of good luck coming your way depends on your willingness to act. So what we are saying, we are lucky. It's not about the luckiest. Okay, it's about the willingness. Always willingness persons are always lucky. So just like you know very well the Shah Rukh Khan dialogue that किसी किसी दिल को अगर what do you say, किसी चीज को अगर दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है. Like that, that willingness is very much important. Okay, so that type of things are very much important. Distinguish, also one of the characteristics. You must be distinguish what is the right, what is wrong. I just told you the same thing. A creative person is always good for the organization, but that creativity should be good for every classes, every masses. That is also very much. It's not only the doing something creative. Creativity, it's a contagious. Okay, you just pass it on. That is very much important. It is contagious, even though than COVID-19. So just like what we are doing, webinar, it's a creativity. It was started by someone, one of the college, 2 months back, and suddenly it is contagious, and everyone college is doing the same thing, webinar. So this type of creativity, if you are there, definitely it works. Okay, so creativity, positivity, even delegations are very much important characteristics under the observe. Mistakes, it is also one of the positive things, I think. Okay, when you will do something, then there will be mistake. Otherwise, there will be no mistake. Okay? If you are trying something, definitely there will be a mistake. But Before doing something, you are negative, that is not good for any organization. Okay. Before starting something, if you are negative, that is not good for organization. So observe, this is one of the, what you can say, the characteristics are there. Another one is nothing but the, what you can say, relationship. The next one is the third one is called relationship. So as I told, that it's a teamwork. So there may be lower subordinates, there may be upper subordinates, there may be colleagues in your organization. So after all, we are all human, and through this, we are developing the different type of relationship. But you do not forget that you are working for that organization. You are not working for yourself. So relationship, what type of development is there? That is the corporate type of relations. That is the organizational type of relationship is expected from you within that organization. Okay. If you say no, we are so much damn good friends and we will work, so it affects the what you can say, the teamwork objective. Okay. It may start something groupism. It may start something, some peoples are gathered and they're working, and bias minded thinking may be there. They may be taking the juniors and seniors type of thinking. So that's why never forget that your relationship should be a professional in that organization. Right people is the concept. If you are right, definitely you will get the all the people right. Means the sentence. You have chosen that organization to work. Okay, definitely interview and all these processes are there, but when advertisement come, you are the first person, you are applying, not company call you before that. So if you are right, then you will definitely get the right type of organization. So ultimately the right people and everything, motives will be right, and whatever the results will be there, that will be also right. The second thing, that is called communication. It's a very big topic. I think you might be there in syllabus for the BCom students, particularly in PCS syllabus also there. So communication, it may be verbal, non-verbal, and what you can say, it may be body languages. Okay, it may be written communication. All these comes under this type of communication. I think I'd like to suggest you to go through some professional classes also, and after completion of your degree pharmacy, or even between the third year or like that, and you should go through the development of this. Definitely colleges are working also on that, but they have some limitations. Okay, they are the pharmacists actually. So I'd like to suggest you to go for some professional classes for the communication. So you must have the spoken English type of classes. You must have the body language, or you must have different type of what type of communication styles are there. How to increase that soft skill, okay? Personality development. That is very major criteria. And if you work on that, it is one of the what do you say? What I said the earlier arcs. Okay, so skill, in that skill, these are also expected from that employee. Gratitude, it's what you can say, you must be thankful always. Through your body language, through your communication, you must show your gratitude to that every person in that organization. That is very much important. You should have the practice to say thank you. You should have this. That is very important. Gratitude, one of the part. Respect. I think internet connection is unstable. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you're audible.
Munga. So, uh, the next one is the respect. It is very much important. Okay, we are living in India and we are going through the Indian culture. I'm not saying that we must follow blindly some other things what are there. So respect, it's a genuine one. Okay, if you are showing that respect in an organization, definitely it's a two-way process. Okay? It's a give and take. So never forget, it builds your relationship in that organization. Uh, the same way I was talking about the communication. So uh, uh, I'd like to give you some more basic on the proxemics also. Okay, what we are saying that there are three body, so particularly what we can say kinetics, proxemics, and haptics. Okay, so proxemics, this is very much important in organization. You should know that. Okay, we are telling to the students also that we should know that different zones are there, and we should work within intimate zone is not expected in an organization. Definitely, it's for family, and it's what you can say. It's related to within the 2 feet. If you are communicating with someone, that is called the intimate zone. But you can have the personal zone in organization. What we are calling simply one handshake distance. Okay, keep that and work that, and according to that, if you work in an organization, that is a good sign of your body language. Apart from that, social, you know very well, nowadays social distancing is going on. So particular to two arms distance, if suppose you're having between the two persons, what we are calling as the social distance. And public distance, all of you know, that is near about 3.5 or 6 meters are expected. So many more times student doesn't have idea in the campus level. Okay, but after once they enter in the corporate for the job, they must know that what type of proxemics they should know, what type of distance they have to maintain between the people. And I would like to suggest you that it's a simple one, that is one handshake distance, that is called as the personal type of zone. If you carry that good thing. Okay, apart from that, in relationship, I would like to share you that you must know how to balance. Okay, you should smart in balancing your friend circle, your family, that is different part, and your work, it's a different part. Never mix both the things in an organization. What we are calling it as simply, but you should not bring your office at your home, and you should not bring your home at your office. But now we are working from home due to COVID-19, so Corona redefines everything. So, but generally it is said that you should balance it very much cleverly. So that is about the particularly relationship. You must be a reliable characteristics. You must develop such type of characteristics that everyone will be rely on you. You must be approachable always. Okay, so that is about the relationship. The next one will go. Before that, I'd like to show one more slide that is related to communication. Okay, so whatever communication you must have. Many more people are what you can say, they are too much cooperative. Okay, I'm not saying that cooperativeness is not good, but if you compare cooperative with assertiveness, then it is very, what you can say, the different 4 or 5 type of sections are there. If too much assertive and with the low cooperative, then the people are saying they that this person is a competing type of person. Okay. If both are low, assertive as well as cooperativeness, then you are having the avoiding type of characteristics. And if you have a high cooperative, everyone is saying work to you, and you don't have any questions, you are low assertive. So such type of trait is called accommodating type of personality. So what type of personality, what type of communication even expected, that is with high assertive as well as high cooperative. So it is called as collaborating. Okay, you win, I win type of if you work in an organization, that is good for yourself as well as organization. And if you are combining all this, then it is a compromising. So that is not suitable. So better, I'd like to suggest you that you should always have win-win type of policy, and that is very much important. So that is the next one will go towards the passion. Before that, I'd like to show you one video. Okay.
ऐकलं काय नाही रे वरून बंद करून मी
but okay, unfortunately, I think that video was not audible to you. But what I wanted to show you that it is the nothing but the relationship between that employee and that subordinate. If suppose there is a lack of communication, then there will be not beneficial for that organization. If you see that both the employees were too much cooperative, okay, with uh, uh, what you can say low assertiveness, they have the characteristics of accommodate. While that manager or that person, what you can say, the boss was nothing but the very much assertive. So and with a low cooperative. So it was a competing type of nature. So ultimately, it is the loss of that organization. So it is very much essential that what type of communication you should have with your teammates, with your all the organization members. Okay, let's move to the another one. Okay, the next one is called passion. Okay, uh, 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 this is quite what you can say the important one part is expected from that employee. Okay, so can you see the picture? So you will find that so many arrows are there. Okay, like in BFA also at the last year, the student are in confusion. Okay, they don't know what type of path they must have to choose, whether to go for the higher education in MPharm, MTech, MBA or LLB, or even they wanted to go in industry. It may be in production, quality control, quality assurance. So many departments are there. Some are wanted to go in marketing, or some says no, better start your own business, become entrepreneur. So many different ways are there, okay, after graduation in pharmacy. So but uh, I think it is better to choose your passion instead of what you can say choose only a direction. So if you are definitely have the passion as a teacher, then go for the teaching profession. That is the
त्याने
good part.
सांगितलं तुषार.
Okay, so so this is very much important that to select the passion. Otherwise, what
Sir,
happens? I have seen so many examples that yeah,
sir,
yes,
slide is
Mudha.
not visible. Slide is not visible.
Okay, okay, I'll share once again.
Yes, yes.
Is it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it visible? Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's
Yes, sir.
so. I was talking about the passion. So it is always choose your passion where you wanted to do your career. Even in after pharmacy graduation, you should know, you should aware. Okay, you just go through the online. Some tests are there, and you just check it out that what type of passion you have. So this is nowadays some softwares are available, and according to that they can suggest you. But definitely it is up to you. Okay. So how to increase this passion? So particularly it is said that even in an organization you will find that nobody will hang to guide you. So that time you must be self motivated. That is the main thing. You should not depend upon anyone. So okay, you should start your own. That is the main thing. Strong mind, that is very much important. Okay, I'd like to share you more in the next one. So strong minds generally, what you can say, have the strong life. So that is also you should develop the strong mind. So particularly it is expected. So about the motivation, I'd like to say that people often says that motivation doesn't last uh, so well, neither does bathing. So that's why we recommended it daily. So what we are doing the bathing daily. So like that motivation, it's you have to motivate yourself daily. That is very much important. You should have develop out of box type of mentality. You should have to see the situation and you should have the answer out of the box answer. That is very much important. You should be confident, you should be enthusiastic, you should be ambitious, you should be optimistic. Optimistic, it is one of the major, what you can say, the traits it is particularly expected. Okay, you should not be negative in any situation. Okay, so if you are optimistic, ambitious, zealot, confident, definitely you are the passionate person. But during this process, one of the major important is also required. That is called patience. Okay, so patience is required. It is not a one-day magic. Okay, so many times you have to do the same thing, same repeat, planning and all these things, and then you can achieve your target or whatever the objective. So patience, it's very much important. I'd like to share you example of Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kamble. Okay, both are the students from the same academy, same teachers, same skills development, same knowledge. But even though what we are saying that Sachin is a successful person, batsman, successful cricketer as compared to the Vinod Kamble, because patience is very much important. So what you are doing, that attitude development is very much important. So that is about the patient. Next, would like to go the next. That is opportunity. Okay, so this is also one of the main thing. Okay? If suppose somebody is knocking your door, you then just go and open that door. Okay, if you are lazy person, you will open that door after 5 minutes. Nobody will be there. Why? Because opportunity. That was opportunity. So opportunity knocks only. So this is your role that to identify what type of opportunity you are getting and how to uh, utilize that opportunity. So that is very much important. I always say that in an organization, if you are an innocent employee, definitely opportunity will knock, because what we are seeing, curiosity is the mother of invention. Like that, so innocence is very much important. So ultimately, it develops willingness. It develops curiosity. It develops ultimately the questions. It develops ultimately you get the opportunity. So innocence, develop your innocence, maintain your innocence in the throughout the life. I was talking about the mindset. Okay, so particularly it is said that two types of mindsets are there. So one is called growth mindset, and another one is called fixed mindset. So generally, the fixed mindset people is always cracking, crumbling, and they are stagnant. Okay, they are seeing everywhere the problems. Okay, even somebody is criticizing them, then they are thinking that this is my personal attack. So they are having such type of even if suppose they are seeing the mountains, they say it is a hurdle. So fixed mindset people have such type of mistakes. Okay, if you develop a growth mindset, that will be more important. What type of growth mindset people are doing? They are trying always under the pressure. They are searching for more. They are conquering. They are accepting challenges as an opportunity, I think they are taking criticism as one of the point for uh, improving in the future. So they are not saying that criticism it's a personal attack. So growth mindset people see the mountains as a mountain, not as a hurdles. So they are dedicated one. They are hard worker. They are thinking that brain and talents are only the starting point. Growth type of people always says that brain and talents are only the starting point. Okay, so they are always loves to learn new things, and what you can say, they have the concept that uh, whatever the future is there, that is in their hand. Okay? They're not blaming the others. While fixed mindset people are always saying that intelligence and talent are the fixed traits and we can't change that. Okay? And they easily get threatened. Even they are shying away. They have what you can say, give up type of attitude. They avoid the failure because they are not trying. Okay? So they are saying that destiny and determine what you can say, the whatever the destiny are determined by. So such type of uh, fixed type of mindset, it's not good for any organization or even for employees. So I would like to request you to develop the growth type of mindset. That's very much important. So these are some of the characteristics in opportunity. You must be always eager to grab that opportunity. Okay, but before that grabbing, you should identify it also that what will be the further consequences, whether it will be a good for all or good for nothing. So that is very much important. So desires plays a very much important role. And what's next type of approach if you have, definitely opportunity comes always towards you. Next, we'll move towards the result. Okay, what we are doing in the organization, this is all result oriented. Okay, in case of student life, in campus life, what we are studying is just for knowledge. That time we are not thinking that what type of rank we will get. It may be first or last. But in organization, we are not working in such a way. Okay, result or whatever the visions, missions, objectives, goals, these are all are defined by, and we are approaching toward that direction. Okay, it is completely reverse what we are saying in the campus life. In campus life, what we are going through that study well, definitely you will get good marks and maybe ranks, but not like that. In corporate life, there are always defined results are there. It is not like a writing in the journal. Aim is the first, and then lastly we are writing in the result. It is reverse in the case of organization. We have to state the vision, mission, and according to we have to work and we have to plan and always think out of the box type of what you can say approach. So then and then you can say that what we have achieved. So result that is about that what we can say. The next one is I'd like to say it's very it is just like mindset only. What type of attitude do you develop? As I told, if you have a good skill, if you have you are a scholar, if you have knowledge, but if you don't have an attitude, that is useless. Okay, if you have very much having good knowledge of aeroplane, how it is made and what is the science bend, how it works, and you have developed the skill also. You are the good pilot also. Okay, both knowledge as well as skill you have developed in case of the aeroplane. But if you do not have attitude, then you will hit that aeroplane to any building. So for what purpose you are going to do that job? So attitude, so it is very much advisable to all that must develop good attitude. For that you must go uh, ultimately it shows your attitude. You are so much knowledgeable, and if you do not have attitude to treat the other person, it is useless. Attitude makes you different. I'd like to tell you that some of the terms, what you can say, responsibilities, what you can say, accountability. So generally, responsibilities are the group work. Okay, it is related to group work. So everyone is responsible for that achievement. But accountability, it's related to the particularly one person. Okay, so that person has to give the answer yes or no, or whatever the success define that success or failure. So that account should be accountable for your in organization. If you see many times, I take more example of accountability and somewhere, and suddenly that railway minister has resigned. So because he's a good person, he's an accountable person, he's knowing that accountability. He's responsible for the accident, but as accountability, he resigned that. So that is the difference between accountability and responsibility. Power, all of you know that very much famous dialogue of the Spider-Man: with a great power, great responsibility comes, and according to that, you should have to work. So wherever you get the chair, desktop, and table, and AC, and cabin, and all these things, but you should know that the purpose behind that, and you should develop your attitude according to that. Definitely, optimistic way help you. What is the perspective? Okay, many more times what happens, employees are working in their own they don't know the perspective behind that committee. So it is very much important that we should see the big picture. We should not see the smaller things that is drawn in that picture. We should we can conclude that picture, that what is the importance of that picture. So perspective type of approach should have to develop. Interpretation, it is also one of the good type of thing expected in by the employee. Okay, the successful person are nothing but the taking the efforts, they are having the good type of interpretation, and that's why it's a skill development. No college will give you idea that how to do this type of interpretation, but it's your work, dedication, thinking, and positivity, and all these things you can go through that particular approach. And the reaction, many more times it is suggested that say there are what you can say, um, every interaction, whatever that happens, it depends upon your reaction. So remember, in organization, you must be very much precautious to give your reaction. But it doesn't mean that you never share your thoughts, you never share your reaction to the action. It is obviously expected from you. I'd like to share you some more related to that things, that interpretations. Okay, so generally it is said that there are no facts, every only interpretations. Okay, many more times, if suppose what we are doing, it's not innovative, that it means somebody has done already earlier. Just we are improvising, improving that, and we are doing that. But if suppose you are going in a dark, something new approach, then interpretations are the light, what you can say, which shows you your direction. So employees that with a good type of interpreting power are welcome by the organization. So you must develop such type of attitude. That is let's move to another one. is the last two are there, and this is the uh, eighth one. I think I'm showing you 9 points. This is the 8th point, and it's called teamwork. Never forget that organization works with all team. Okay. Never think that only you are only one who is responsible. But doesn't mean that if you're not working, everything will be good. Because it's a teamwork. Whatever the contribution you are doing, definitely it will affect the target, objective, mission, vision of that organization. Teamwork, it's very much important, but that teamwork should be in a alignment. Okay, it's a centrally aligned. Okay? It should not be left to right. Okay, you should consider every team members equally. That is very much important. And you should to give the credits to the person. Okay, so whatever the success or failures, not failures in case of failures, you can say it's a teamwork fault. But when something happens good, successful, then you should give credit to the particular person. Due to that person, something happens. You can say simple, you can praise. Okay, so that is that is called fair policy, and that's very much important. Okay? So in this all, we must be faithful. Okay, faith works. If you do not faith uh, within your team, if you do not have faith within your organization, then definitely results will be negative. So this is advisable that you must be a faithful person, and you should think optimistically. Uh, Another thing is there, it's called Tuckman's 5 stages. So generally, many more times it happens than when you are working in an organization. So you are expecting that XYZ type of work should be allotted to you. You are getting picked up. So remember, it's not it's depend on the uh, organization how they are thinking. Okay, you should not think. I'm saying about the same perspective. Okay, you do not know the perspective behind that. You are thinking only about your particular way. So never think like that. So generally, Tuckman, it is one of the what you can say the suggested that different 5 stages are there in the group development, and organization works on that basis that they are you suppose you are joining to any organization, all the peoples are not familiar with that. So we are group stage. Okay. Then there are the 5 stages that called forming, storming, norming, performing, and one of the is their adjourning. So organization decides they are forming your group, then they are giving you something. Meetings are there, deadlines are there. That is storming, and that time after that they are norming you that what is your role, what is your responsibility, and according to that they are giving you work. But at that time you should have faith on that organization. That is very much important. That something has allotted, definitely that is my positivity, and according to that they are expecting something. So after that, if you will observe the performance, you will observe that Arewa, that's good thing that everything is in a good place, and that perspective plan you are getting after that performance. So generally the 5 stages, and nowadays the 5th stage is added recently, that is called adjourning. Okay. So particularly what we are seeing earlier, the pre-group or the team is independent, but in the stages of forming, storming, norming, and performing, they are dependent, maybe independent. But in the adjourning stage, they must be once again to be independent. That is very much important. Otherwise, what will happen if suppose you are going to give them a new task, that time they will expect that the same role responsibility I should get. And that is not good for the organization, not for even you as an employee, because you have to think versatile. And at that point, you should know that I can do this work, that work, this work also. So according to that, in the case of adjourning, definitely the new once again after that completion of the task, there is a comes to the return to the independence way, and keep ready to the new next task. So that's about the teamwork. Okay. Now the last point, it's called as EQ. Okay. So emotional intelligence, or what you can call emotional quotient. Okay. That is also very much important in an organization. Whenever you are working with the humans, definitely you have come with the emotions. Okay. But I would like to suggest you that there is a nothing you should take personal in an organization, because organization has defined its vision, mission, and they are approaching according to their way. They have already planned their destiny, and according to that they are going through that journey. But sometimes you may feel that what is going on, so in that chaos you will feel something, what you can say, the you may get emotionally attacked. So that time you should remember that you should take it very professional, because nobody in organization will attack you personally, and nobody shouldn't actually. Okay, that is another lecture is in management, what type of leadership should be there. Okay, but as we are discussing here as an employee, so I'd like to suggest you that emotional uh, 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 intelligence is nothing but the level of ability to understand other people, what motivates them and how to cooperate them. So remember, this is the both way. Once again, the interaction employee expect from the leaders or the organization, vice versa. So it's not always about your emotions. It is always about the vision of that organization. It is always about the mission of that organization. So remember, uh, wherever new environment due to peer pressure and expectations or somebody's ego problem, or you may feel negative, and that time you should self motivated, and you can develop your EQ. Okay, so EQ development, some there are stages what you can say. There are 5 points are there. Self awareness, you should know your limitations, you should know your positivity, you should know your negativity. You in short, okay, what is your weakness, opportunity, and what is the challenges you are accepting. According to that, if you know very well, then definitely it would be helpful. So social awareness, then what you can say, self-regulation, that is also important. Motivation, as I told. Then empathy, okay. Empathy, you should understand that what is the other situation at that same time, before getting emotional. That is very much important. Somebody is telling you the work, and if you didn't get completed within the deadlines, definitely you will be scolded or something. That type of treatment may be given, because that is also one of the part of organization. So that time you should understand that what is the basic reason behind that, and social skills. So if you go through this, definitely you can increase your emotional quotient. So this these 9 points I think I have covered through this, that uh, it is expected in the corporate level. And I wish that as a student, if you go and learn all these things very theoretically, definitely it will help you tremendous in your job. So conduct, observe, relationship, passion, opportunity, result, attitude, teamwork, and emotional quotient. So these are the 9 points. Okay, what you can say, the 9 keys to success. And if you use these keys in any type of organization, definitely you'll be the most happiest person. So this is the last slide. You can see that one of the uh, what you can conclusion, or what you can say, the contemplation we can make it from this overall uh, seminar, that is in Marathi. I would like to share you. संस्था ही कोणतीही असो, सरकारी, सहकारी, खाजगी व धर्मांतर, संस्थेत ठराविक तास काम करणे हा झाला कायदा. पण कामात स्वतःला झोकून देणे ही झाली नैतिकता. मी पगार घेतो म्हणून काम करतो हा झाला व्यवहार. संस्थेच्या अस्तित्वाची, सुरक्षिततेची, प्रतिष्ठेची काळजी घेण्याचे कार्य मला पार पाडायचे आहे, ही झाली आपुलकी. संस्थेची प्रगती आहे तोवरच माझे अस्तित्व कायम आहे, माझी प्रतिष्ठा आहे. म्हणून संस्थेला हानिकारक ठरेल अशी कृती मी कधीही करणार नाही. पण सामाजिक ऋण फेडण्याच्या भावनेने स्वतःला कामात झोकून दे, वाहून दे, ही प्रत्येकाची भावना असली पाहिजे. यातच संस्थेचा व स्वतःचा उद्धार आहे. सी द lines covers everything what I have discussed, or what employees are expected to be shown in an organization. So every points if you see, definitely So I wish that you must be a good employee, or even I'd like to say you that you must be become a good entrepreneur, and you should develop, or you should
त्याला
expect
पक्की
such
पीस
type of
लागेल ते फक्त ते
characteristics
पुन्हा
from the
इकडे
employee.
वळण आहे ना पाणी
Because
पिणं.
all we are working, India is also one of the organization. So what we are doing, we are contributing, and that is nothing but the one of the type of social contribution. So as a teacher, or as a whatever the profession you have, so we follow these all the guidelines, and I hope that it would be helpful to all of you. Uh, I'd like to hand over the session towards the Mugdha, and request you all, if suppose you have any questions, definitely I'd like to feel free to answer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for your providing insights talk, so that how to mold from campus to corporate. It was very informative talk. So also I would like to all the participants, thank you very much for your cooperation. And our next session will be start at 1 o'clock. So I request all the participants kindly mute yourself, so that it would be easy to
Mugdha, is any questions are there?
Okay, okay, sir. Yeah, okay. Yes, sir. Participant, you can ask your questions. Unmute, unmute all.
I'd like to request you all to share your videos.
ओके 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 हा डबा आणलाय तुमचा धुवून हा ठीक आहे ठीक आहे नाही गेटवरच आहे गेटवरच ते बरं का
I
वडापाव
request you all to
चांगले
share
काय
your videos.
एकदम तरी तुम्ही घरी गेल्यावर गार झाल्यावर खाल्ले असते इथं बसून घर हा इथं बसून
Anyone has question?
एक्चुअली क्या है सच बताऊं,
हेलो
आपला
सर
कोई भी अपने
हाँ, हम क्वेश्चन विचारता है.
हेलो सर
Yes, sir. Ask your question.
Question is simple. That is personality and mindset. So what the mindset, whether fixed or it is flexible according to personality and the situation, or the leader qualities are whether it be flexible or maintained as it is.
Sir, is question audible to you? Sir, please unmute yourself.
Tirthesh, or who asked this question? Okay, so generally, growth type of mindsets, as I said, you should develop growth type of mindset, not the fixed type of mindset or flexible type of mindset. Flexible type of mindset means it depends upon what type of situation is there, and according to that, no, you should be always ethical. What I said, okay, you should always follow your rules in the organization, what we discussed in the first previous slide, and you should develop the growth mindset. You should be accept the challenges. You should not get criticized by someone's criticism. You should take it as an improvement for your future purpose. Okay, you should be dedicated, hard work. It's these are the some of the what we can say the personal traits which gives you more idea related to how to build the growth mindset. Okay. Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Hello. Sir,
Yes, please. Yeah, audible.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I want to ask you a question, sir. What is the difference between value and ethics, such that the students should know the difference and make them corporate ready?
Yes, sure. See, what you can say that particularly in case of values. Okay. So these are I've covered in the two things. It may be how you can say the precepts. What should be your responsibility in the social, and responsibility to the individual also. So if you cover these points, uh, what we are calling it as ethical points, okay. I told you, I think you were there or not, but the same thing I'll repeat, that it is about the traits, particularly non-violence. You should be always truthfulness, okay. Then what you can say, the non-stealing, responsible person. Then you should be abstinence from the greed. Then you should be having the cleanliness, not externally, but as well as internally cleanliness. That is also very much important. Then uh, contentment. These are some of the, what you can say, the ethical points, okay. And the values are the same thing, okay. What you can say, if you wanted to describe more ethics in a correct way, you will get number of values, okay. Day to day life, since from the childhood we are going through the different stages, and at that time your parents are giving you guidelines, and that you are taking as values, okay. But sometimes uh, uh, it may be wrong, okay. It depends upon when you going to the school may gives you different type of values, but it is very much important that if you go through the ethical values, that is very much important, okay. Just somebody asked that I should develop flexible type of mindset, then it may be a wrong type of value they might be thinking about that. So it is very much essential that such type of as a pharmacist, example, as a pharmacist, we know very well that without prescription we should not give schedule H type of drugs to any patient. So this is the value, okay. But what is the situation? That time you must have to be ethical, okay. I want to give you example between the professionalism and humanity, okay. If we consider, if suppose in the train somebody child is crying, and definitely you as a pharmacist, you know the uh, treatment. So is it good to suggest that treatment to that child mother?
Yeah, but we have to look after the other things, whether she is being crying for only for the therapeutic reasons or for the other reasons.
No, I'm not getting your voice.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Speak
Yes,
somewhat loudly.
yes, sir. We have to first check whether the child is crying for the therapeutic reasons or for the other reasons. First, we have to figure it out.
Yes, if suppose it is for therapeutic reason, if there is abdominal pain, okay, what you can suggest?
Yes, sir. We can suggest the therapeutic medications.
Okay, but is it you have right? Okay, are you a doctor?
Sir, if I think so that I am a doctor, I can suggest. I can suggest. If I am not going to suggest, then that will be unethical because I am not doing justice to my profession.
Yes, that is the same thing what I wanted to say you. That's it's all about the humanity as well as it's about the professionalism. Okay, and in some cases we have to think about the humanity first. Okay, if suppose somebody got an accident on a road, that time we should not check whether he's what is name and where from. Definitely we have to give him the first aid or whatever the we should call the ambulance. But it depends upon the situation, okay. But then we are in the organization, then organization has some policies, okay, has some protocols, and that we have to go through that, okay. So if it is against about their vision or mission, definitely we shouldn't go through that type of policy. So we should go through the values they have defined for their benefits of their organization. So that time definitely it will work. But at the time of level of students, what you can say in the college level, you should give them particularly idea what are the professional ethics we should have as a pharmacist, how should be our nature with the patient, with the doctor, or with the all our different medical field or fraternity. That's very much important, and I think as a teacher we can do that. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for providing me and
Yes, thank you, Dr. Sabina. Yes, is anyone else? Yes, Mugda.
Yes, sir, done.
Yeah, okay. So it is right now 12:32. I think you have another session at 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
So once again, I'd like to thank you and whole team of GS Moji College of Pharmacy. Uh, uh, Definitely, this seminar will be helpful to all the students and participants. And thank you to all of you for hearing me patiently. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.